God says this message is being delivered to your spirit at the exact second you are meant to receive it, because there is something unfolding around you that your physical eyes have not seen yet but your soul has already felt. You have sensed the strange heaviness around you, the sudden shifts in people's tone, the unusual silence from someone who normally speaks, the unexpected delay in something that should have been simple. You thought maybe it was just your imagination, maybe just a moment of confusion or emotional tension, but God says no, your spirit picked up what your mind couldn't understand. Something real is happening behind your back, something that involves your name, your energy, your destiny, and the reason God is speaking urgently now is because time matters. Archangel Michael says there are 30 minutes left in the spiritual window before this situation tries to affect you, and you must hear every word carefully because this message will not only protect you, it will break the plan that was secretly formed against you. God says He knows your heart, He knows your pain, He knows how strong you are even when you feel weak, and He knows how much you have endured silently without asking for help. You have given people chances they didn't deserve, you have forgiven things that should have broken you, and you have continued to pray even when your heart was shaking. You have carried burdens that were never yours, and you have smiled through storms that should have destroyed your spirit, but God says He saw it all. He saw every tear you hid from the world, every night you stayed awake praying for peace, every moment when you whispered, "God, please fix this," even when your voice was trembling. And because He saw all of it, He is stepping in today with urgency and power. Archangel Michael says he has been watching someone closely. Someone who has been pretending, someone who has been speaking softly in your presence but speaking differently behind your back. They made a shocking deal, a deal fueled by envy, jealousy, and hidden desperation. This deal has your name in the center of it. And the disturbing part is that they didn't even hesitate. They didn't care how it would affect your peace, your reputation, your opportunities, or your emotional well-being. They were ready to let harm touch you just so they could gain something temporary. God says this truth may make you cry, not because you are weak, but because you always wished people would treat your heart with the same sincerity and loyalty you give to them. But don't worry, your tears will not fall in vain. Your pain will not be unanswered. Heaven is already dismantling the trap before it reaches you. Michael says that the shocking deal was meant to use you as the final target. You were never supposed to find out. It was organized quietly, disguised as something harmless, wrapped in a lie, and carried by someone who has been smiling in your face while keeping darkness hidden in their intentions. They underestimated God's protection over you. They underestimated the spiritual covering around your life. They underestimated the power of your prayers, the strength of your intuition, the shield God places over His chosen ones. They forgot something important. You are not walking alone. You are not unprotected. You are not defenseless. God has placed angels around you long before this situation even started. God says the betrayal hidden behind this deal is deeper than what you expect. This person did not just talk about you, they tried to use someone else to create confusion around your name. They tried to manipulate a situation to make you appear wrong or weak or guilty or unstable. They tried to twist truths and cover lies. They tried to quietly push you into a corner where you would doubt yourself. But God says He is exposing every plan, every lie, every whisper, every hidden intention. Nothing hidden will stay hidden anymore. Nothing spoken in the dark will remain in the dark. Light is falling on everything. You may wonder why God is revealing this now. Why today? Why this moment? Why this urgency? God says because the spiritual time window is active right now. The energy around you is shifting. You are stepping into a new season, a season where your blessings, opportunities, connections, and breakthroughs are aligning all at once. The enemy hates this alignment. The enemy fears your rising. The enemy sees what is coming toward you before you see it, and they become desperate. Desperation leads people to make shocking deals. Desperation leads people to betray the very souls who once helped them. But God says no betrayal formed against you can prosper. No deal made against you will manifest. No plan created against you will succeed, because heaven has spoken. Archangel Michael is guarding you fiercely. He is standing in front of you, behind you, beside you, above you, and below you. He has already cut the spiritual cords that connected you to the people who intended to harm your destiny. He has already blocked the path the deal was meant to take. He has already intervened in the minds of those who were influenced by jealousy and manipulation. And He says this clearly: nothing will touch you. Nothing will harm you. Nothing will break you. Nothing will interrupt the destiny God has written for you. God says you must trust Him deeply right now. You must hold your faith firm, even when the truth shakes your heart. You must stay calm, because heaven fights differently from earth. Humans fight with words, hands, lies, and manipulation. Heaven fights with truth, justice, timing, and divine intervention. What someone tried to do behind your back will return to them. What they intended for you will backfire. Their own actions will expose them. Their own energy will collapse on itself. God is not punishing them. God is letting the truth reveal itself naturally. You have been protected since the day you were born. Your life has always had spiritual significance. Even when you felt invisible, heaven saw you clearly. Even when you felt unimportant, heaven valued you deeply. Even when you thought nobody cared, heaven cared endlessly. You have always been guided, loved, guarded, and watched over. And this situation happening behind the scenes is just another reminder that God does not sleep. He does not take His eyes off you. He does not allow anything to happen to you that is not aligned with your divine purpose. God says He knew this day would come. He knew someone would try to betray you. He knew someone would try to dim your light. He knew someone would try to stand against you. But He also knew that you would rise higher than their intentions. He knew that your faith would pull you through. He knew that your heart would stay pure even while surrounded by impurity. He knew that you would not be destroyed. He knew that your purpose would not die. Archangel Michael says this deal behind your back was not only shocking but spiritually dangerous. Someone agreed to something that goes against divine law. They involved themselves in negativity that was never meant to enter your life. They invited spiritual consequences onto themselves by touching a chosen soul. Michael says your spirit is too precious, too pure, too protected for such darkness to succeed. God says this message will make you cry because your heart is soft, pure, and compassionate. You don't like hurting anyone, even the ones who have hurt you. You still wish good for people who wish bad for you. You still pray for the well-being of those who secretly compete with you. You still try to see the good in people even when they show you their worst. But God says He is teaching you something important now. He is teaching you discernment. He is teaching you boundaries. He is teaching you spiritual awareness. He is teaching you to stop giving access to people who drain your energy. Disrespect your soul, and pretend to care. What you don't know is that the deal made behind your back was meant to affect your next blessing. It was meant to ruin something coming your way, an opportunity, a connection, or a breakthrough. They sense that something big is heading toward you, something that will change your life forever, something that will elevate you, something that will bring you joy, stability, abundance, and success. They felt the shift even before you did. That fear inside them is what pushed them to act. But their actions will not stop your blessing. Not now, not ever. What God has for you cannot be stolen, delayed, or destroyed by anyone. God says you are safe. Your home is safe. Your destiny is safe. Your path is protected. Your heart is covered. You must breathe deeply now. You must release fear. You must allow divine peace to wash over you. You are not alone. You are not unprotected. You are not targeted the way the enemy wanted. They tried, but they failed. They planned, but they were blocked. They whispered, but heaven silenced them. Michael says 30 minutes is all heaven needs to finalize the spiritual reversal that is already happening. Every minute is shifting energy. Every minute is undoing what they tried to do. Every minute is breaking the deal. Every minute is pushing away the harm. Every minute is restoring your peace. Every minute is strengthening your protection. Every minute is lifting you higher. God says you will cry, but not from fear. You will cry from relief. You will cry from the overwhelming realization that heaven truly guards you. You will cry because you will feel the divine presence around you stronger than ever. You will cry because you will understand that you are chosen, favored, protected, and deeply loved by God. Nothing will go wrong. Nothing will touch you. Nothing will break you. God Himself stands between you and every form of harm. He is covering you completely. He is surrounding you with angels. He is guiding you with clarity. He is lifting you to a higher spiritual frequency. You just have to trust Him. You just have to pray. You just have to hold your faith steady. God says the truth is being revealed. The deal is being destroyed. The danger is being removed. You are safe. You are protected. You are surrounded by divine light. You are being lifted into a breakthrough that no enemy can block. This is your moment. This is your protection. This is your divine shield. You are safe, child of God. You are safe. God says this to you in this very moment, in the quiet place where your soul sits trembling because something inside you knows that something is happening behind the curtain of your life. God says, listen carefully, my child, because this message is not an ordinary message. This is the message that arrives when heaven sees something you cannot see. When angels gather around you because time is running, when Archangel Michael himself steps forward with trembling light around him, saying you must hear this before the next 30 minutes pass. For right now, heaven is closer to you than your own breath. The air around you may feel ordinary, but the truth is that something divine is touching the atmosphere. God says that this moment is marked for you, this moment is sacred, this moment is urgent, and this moment is the reason your spirit felt a sudden shift. You are not imagining it. You are not overthinking it. Your intuition is right. Something was decided behind your back, something that was meant to affect you deeply, something that was arranged without your knowledge. And heaven has stepped in before it could go any further. Archangel Michael says, this will make you cry hard, not because God is bringing sorrow, but because God is revealing truth. Truth that frees you, truth that protects you, truth that shows you why you felt that strange heaviness recently, why you felt that pull in your heart telling you to be careful, why something felt off even if you couldn't explain it. Michael says you need to know that a shocking deal was made behind your back, a conversation where your name was spoken without love, a decision that involved you but excluded your voice. And the reason this message is reaching you now is because the enemy thought they had more time. But heaven has just cut that time in half. Heaven has declared, 30 minutes left. Not to scare you, but to wake you, to protect you, to bring you into the awareness of the spiritual reality around you. God says, rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are guarded. You are watched. You are held in my palm. Even though the message is heavy, even though the truth is sharp, even though the revelation is shocking, you are safe because the moment heaven steps into a battle, the result is already decided. God wants you to understand that this is not a message of fear. It is a message of victory disguised in urgency. It is a message of warning wrapped in love. It is a message of exposure protected by divine timing. And God repeats again, you are safe. Nothing will go wrong with you. I am with you. My angels surround you. Archangel Michael stands at your gate right now. There is something you must understand. People speak behind your back more than you know. They plan things thinking you won't find out. They laugh at your innocence, thinking that your silence is weakness, not knowing that your silence is guarded by heaven. Someone made a deal recently. A deal that involved using your name, your trust, your kindness, or your resources. A deal in which the person pretended to be loyal on the outside while being deceptive on the inside. And God says, I saw it. I heard every word. I watched the intention. I watched the manipulation. I saw the thought forming before their lips even moved. God says they thought you were blind, but you were never blind. Heaven simply allowed certain things to continue because revelations must come at the right time. And that right time is now. Archangel Michael says there is a reason he was sent personally. This is not the kind of message delivered by a small angel. This is the kind of message that requires the warrior himself. Michael says, you were chosen. You were targeted because your destiny is bright, because your soul is powerful, because your breakthroughs are close. The plan behind your back was meant to delay you, confuse you, or pull something out of your hands before your blessings reached you. Someone agreed to something that would affect you negatively. Someone smiled at you but shook hands behind your back with someone who does not wish you well. But they don't know that your name is protected. They don't know that your footsteps are guided. They don't know that when someone plots in the dark, heaven shines a spotlight on them. God says, this is your moment of exposure. Not your exposure, their exposure. You have lived long enough in the shadows of other people's intentions. You have carried too many burdens silently. You have trusted too easily, loved too deeply, and given too generously. And certain people misunderstood your heart as naive. They thought they could take advantage of your softness, not realizing that God Himself defends gentle souls with fiery angels. God says you have no idea how many battles He has already fought for you, how many traps were set but never reached you, how many plans He canceled before they could manifest. But this particular deal, required your awareness, because your next season demands more discernment, more clarity, and more spiritual wisdom, and here is where the message becomes emotional. God says, you were the target. Not because you are weak, but because you are chosen. Not because you are easy to break, but because you are the one heaven plans to elevate. And the enemy always attacks who God is about to bless. Someone attempted to use your name in a way that would lead you into trouble, stress, financial loss, emotional pain, or confusion. Someone tried to sign something or agree to something that would leave you carrying the weight. And they believed you would never know. But God says, I will not allow my child to be taken advantage of. There are moments in life when God steps in abruptly. When He interrupts the normal flow of your days because the unseen world has shifted. If you felt sudden anxiety recently, if you felt a sudden need to pray, if you felt a strange heaviness, those were not random emotions. Those were signals from heaven that something needed to be revealed. God says this message comes at the exact minute it was meant to reach you. If it reached you earlier, you would have taken it lightly. If it reached you later, you might have missed the warning. So heaven says you must listen closely. The reason God said 30 minutes left is because spiritually, something is expiring. Something done against you is running out of time. Someone's plan is collapsing. Someone's agreement is failing. The moment this message reaches your eyes, heaven begins the countdown to the destruction of the plan made behind your back. God says that at the end of these 30 minutes, the entire spiritual atmosphere around you will shift. Something that was meant to touch you will be blocked. Something that was meant to break you will be reversed. Something that was meant to trap you will collapse like dust. Archangel Michael says, I am standing in front of you with my sword drawn. I am cutting the deal that was made in secret. I am destroying the intention behind it. I am removing your name from their plan. I am canceling the target placed on you. I am shutting down the pathway that was being constructed to harm you. And when Michael steps forward, heaven follows. And when heaven follows, no earthly agreement can stand. God says the deal made behind your back will scatter. Their plans will confuse them. They will lose their unity. Their communication will break. Their intentions will expose themselves naturally without you doing anything. You must understand, your tears are sacred. If this message makes you emotional, it is because your spirit already knew something was wrong. It is because God is touching the deepest part of your soul. It is because heaven is confirming what your intuition tried to warn you about. God says your tears are not tears of fear but tears of revelation. Tears that awaken you. Tears that cleanse you. Tears that prepare you to step into a higher level of spiritual clarity. Now God brings the message closer to your heart. He says, do not fear what was planned behind your back. Fear nothing. Because even though you were the target, you were also the miracle. Even though you were the target, you were also the protected one. Even though you were the target, you were also the chosen one standing under divine light. God wants you to understand that your protection is not small. It is not weak. It is not temporary. It is ancient, powerful, fierce, and unstoppable. Heaven has assigned you angels not because you are fragile but because your destiny must move forward without interference. There is something else God wants to reveal. Someone who pretended to like you, someone who acted supportive, someone who smiled in front of you but carried jealousy inside, this person was involved. Their heart was not pure. Their intentions were not aligned with the love they showed you on the surface. God says you must watch how they behave in the coming days. They will accidentally reveal themselves. Their words will slip. Their attitude will shift. Heaven is forcing the truth to come out through their behavior. You don't need to confront anyone. You don't need to expose anyone. God says, I will expose them myself. As the minutes pass, heaven is rearranging your life. What was planned against you will turn into a blessing. What was used to target you will become a stepping stone. The reason God allowed you to feel pain recently is because pain sharpens discernment. Pain wakes up. God says this to you in a voice so soft, yet so powerful, that it moves through the very air around you, reaching you exactly in the moment you were meant to hear it. God says that the heaviness you've been feeling lately is not your imagination. Something in the spirit has been shifting, something you couldn't see but your soul felt deeply. And today, right now, God says that this message is coming to you because your spirit has been crying for answers. Your heart has been silently asking for truth. And heaven answers you now. God says, this will make you cry hard, not out of fear, but out of recognition. Because I am finally revealing what has been hidden behind your back for far too long. Archangel Michael steps forward with an urgency you haven't felt in a long time. His wings are not calm today. They tremble with a fiery light as if he has been fighting something fierce on your behalf. He says, a shocking deal has been made behind your back. There are only 30 minutes left before something reaches a tipping point in the spiritual realm. And you were the target. But even in the fire of these words, God surrounds you with an unshakable peace. A stillness that whispers, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are shielded. You are protected. You are covered by my hand. And no weapon formed against you will ever succeed. This message is urgent not because danger is coming, but because God wants you to see what He is already blocking, what He is already stopping, what He is already defeating behind the curtains of your life. Archangel Michael says that for a long time, there were people who wanted what you have, your peace, your blessings, the favor that rests upon you. They wanted the connections heaven chose for you. They wanted the opportunities that were divinely written with your name on them. But instead of working for their own blessings, they tried to interfere with yours. They thought they could bend destiny. They thought they could trade your name, your energy, your light in conversations you were never meant to be part of. Every time you felt drained for no reason, every time your mood suddenly dropped, every time you felt a strange heaviness when you woke up, you were feeling the impact of these hidden dealings. God says that someone thought they could bargain with your future. They tried to pull your name into a situation where it didn't belong. There were conversations in dark corners, decisions being made that involved you even though you were not present. They underestimated how heaven fights for you. They underestimated who protects you. They underestimated the strength of the angels surrounding you. Michael says that the shocking deal made behind your back was never going to work, because God blocked it at the exact moment they attempted it. Heaven refused to allow anything that was not aligned with divine truth. What was meant to harm you turned into the very thing that will raise you higher. What was meant to shake you will become the reason you stand stronger. What was meant to break your heart will become the reason you walk into a destiny bigger than what they tried to take from you. God says, this message is not to make you afraid. It is to make you aware. It is to open your eyes, because your spirit has been sensing something real. But also to bring you peace, because I have already handled what they tried to do. The deal they made behind your back is falling apart even as you read this. Every hidden plan, every whisper, every intention sent toward you is collapsing. It is losing power. It is scattering into nothingness. You are not alone in this moment. Heaven is standing right beside you. Michael says that you have been the target because you carry something rare, a destiny bright enough to intimidate those who don't understand that your light is not man-made. Your gifts are divine. Your blessings are heaven-designed. Your purpose is protected by God Himself. The moment they tried to interfere with your path, angels were dispatched to reroute every attack. Every trap they designed is now becoming a testimony. Every weapon they lifted is being turned back toward the darkness that created it. God says, "You will cry when the truth reaches you, but not because you are weak. You will cry because I am revealing what your intuition has been warning you about for months. You will cry because you will finally understand why certain things felt so heavy. You will cry because I am showing you that I never left your side. Not for a second. There is a special anointing over you. A protection that is not ordinary. Michael says that if you could see what he has been fighting off for you, you would fall on your knees in awe. You would understand that every strange delay, every unexpected rejection, every person who suddenly distanced themselves, every door that closed, those were not punishments. They were divine interventions. God was removing you from the reach of those who did not belong near your blessing. Heaven has been separating you from people who could not be trusted. People whose hearts were not clean toward you. People who laughed with you but spoke differently when your name was mentioned. People who pretended to celebrate you but were praying you would fail. People who acted close but silently carried envy. People who wanted your gifts without doing the work you've done. People who wanted the glow of your spirit without the purity of your heart. God says that the shocking deal hidden behind your back involves someone you once trusted, or someone you once opened your heart to. They used your name where it didn't belong. They tried to pull your energy into something that wasn't yours. They tried to attach you to something that would have harmed you. But they didn't know that heaven listens. They didn't know that Michael stands guard. They didn't know that when someone touches a chosen soul, they are touching the shield of God. God says that the 30 minutes mentioned in this message is symbolic. It represents a divine countdown. A moment in time where everything that was hidden is coming to the surface. Every truth is rising. Every lie is collapsing. Every person whose intentions were wrong is being exposed. Every attack sent toward you is returning to sender without touching you. Michael says that right now, heaven is rearranging your timeline. Everything meant to distract you, harm you, blind you, or delay you is being cleared away. The path ahead of you is being washed clean. Your spirit has been heavy, but that heaviness is lifting. Your eyes have been tired, but clarity is coming. Your heart has been hurting, but healing is unfolding. Your soul has been exhausted, but God is restoring you from the inside out. God says, "My child, I need you to hear me clearly. You are safe. You are protected. Nothing will go wrong with you. No matter who tried to stop you. No matter who tried to interfere. No matter who tried to block your blessings. They cannot touch what I have decided for you. Your blessing cannot be traded, your destiny cannot be sold, your name cannot be used against you, your path cannot be stolen. Your future cannot be manipulated, your protection cannot be broken. God has placed a wall of divine fire around you. No enemy can enter it. No betrayal can break it. No jealousy can crack it. No manipulation can weaken it. What they tried to do behind your back is already undone. What they thought would succeed is already destroyed. What they tried to create in the dark has been exposed in the light. Michael says that this message is being delivered urgently because your next 30 days will look nothing like your last 30 days. You are entering a season where blessings will rise faster than attacks. Where your spirit will grow stronger than your fear. Where your intuition will sharpen beyond anything you've known. Where God will bring people into your life who love you in ways you've never experienced. Where closed doors will swing open unexpectedly. Where money that was stuck will move. Where opportunities that were blocked will release. Where everything that was confusing will suddenly make sense. You are stepping into divine reward. Divine justice. Divine elevation. Divine restoration. Divine protection that never stops working for you. God says, "Do not be afraid of what I am revealing. Be grateful. Because what you are learning now is freeing you forever. Heaven is not warning you to frighten you. Heaven is preparing you, strengthening you, awakening you, lifting you, securing you. You are safe, you are held, you are protected, you are covered, you are chosen. God is with you, Michael is beside you, and nothing, absolutely nothing, will go wrong with you. God says there is something happening right now that you were never supposed to see, but heaven has decided you need to hear the truth before the next 30 minutes pass. There is a reason your heart has been feeling heavy. There is a reason you've been sensing something shifting around you without knowing why. God says this will make you cry hard, but it will also save you. What is being revealed to you now is not meant to break you, but to protect you from something that was designed to break your spirit and steal the peace that God placed around you. You are being pulled into divine protection, divine timing, divine revelation. Nothing about this message is accidental. Nothing about this moment is ordinary. God says you were guided here because a shocking deal was made behind your back, and heaven refuses to let you walk blind into a storm that was never meant for you. Archangel Michael stands close to you right now, closer than you've felt in a long time. His energy is heavy, protective, fierce, and urgent, but not violent, not aggressive, simply filled with heavenly determination to shield you. He is whispering that your name was spoken somewhere it should have never been spoken, and plans were made that should have never been made. A person you trusted once made an agreement with someone who has been watching you quietly from a distance. It is not to scare you. It is to warn you. Heaven says time is running quickly. Only 30 minutes remain before something shifts spiritually. You are not in physical danger, but spiritually, emotionally, energetically, something dark was coming toward you, and God decided to expose it before it could touch you. You might feel chills as you read this. You might feel your stomach tighten, or your heart move in your chest. That's because your spirit recognizes truth before your mind does. You've been sensing something off, people acting strange, conversations shifting, someone giving you mixed signals. God says you were not imagining it. The spiritual realm saw what you could not see. Your intuition warned you because heaven whispered to your spirit. Even when you didn't know what was wrong, you could feel that something was not right. The shocking deal that was made behind your back was not made yesterday or today. It has been growing quietly, slowly, like a shadow waiting for its moment. Someone thought you were too innocent, too kind, too forgiving, too trusting. They believed you wouldn't notice. They believed God was not watching. But they forgot one thing: God always protects the heart that moves with love. You have a purity inside you that threatens dark intentions. Your kindness confuses people who operate from greed, envy, or hidden agendas. Someone thought they could benefit from something connected to you, your energy, your blessings, your opportunities, your destiny. They wanted to take something that was meant for you, something that God wrote into your story long before they ever appeared in your life. But here is the miracle part: God says nothing they planned will touch your life. Nothing. Not a single piece of what they discussed will harm you. Not a single trap will catch you. Not a single negative energy will enter your space. You are protected in ways you cannot even imagine. Archangel Michael has placed a divine shield around you. This message is not a warning of danger, it is an announcement of victory. God is exposing something before it happens so that you are spiritually prepared, emotionally aware, and mentally steady. You are not a victim. You are chosen. You are guarded. You are surrounded by light. Archangel Michael repeats that the deal was made behind your back by someone who smiles at you but holds a quiet strain of jealousy. They don't hate you, but they envy your peace, your resilience, your ability to rise even after the storms life gave you. Someone connected to them offered something in exchange: information about you, access to you, influence over your decisions. They believed they could manipulate your path without you noticing. But you don't walk alone. God is with you. Heaven walks with you. Angels stand around you. Your soul is watched and guarded. There was never a moment where you were unprotected. God says you may cry reading this, not from fear, but from truth, release, relief, and the overwhelming realization that heaven has been fighting battles for you that you never even knew existed. God is clearing your path from people who don't deserve a place in your next season. He is cutting karmic ties, removing spiritual interference, and preparing a shift so powerful that nothing from your past can follow you into your future. These next 30 minutes are not counting down to disaster. They are counting down to freedom, clarity, emotional awakening, and divine realignment. Your spirit has grown, even through the pain. You have survived seasons that would have destroyed others. You have walked through betrayal with grace. You have experienced loneliness without letting it poison your heart. You have cried silently in the night yet still woke up the next morning with hope. You don't know how strong you are because you've lived your entire life carrying burdens that were meant to break you, yet you kept walking. Heaven honors your perseverance. God honors your faithfulness. Archangel Michael honors your purity. You may wonder why someone would make a shocking deal involving you. God says it's because your light is valuable. Your destiny is valuable. Your energy is rare. Some people see you and see a chance for personal gain. Some see you and see an opportunity to control. Some see you and feel intimidated. Some see you and want to attach themselves to your blessings. But God says no one can take what belongs to you. Your blessings cannot be stolen. Your destiny cannot be altered. Your purpose cannot be manipulated. What God has written for you is impossible to rewrite. You are entering a season of divine correctness. Everything that was hidden is coming to light. Everything that was meant to confuse you is being separated from your path. Every person who spoke your name with the wrong intention is being exposed. Not publicly. Not dramatically, but spiritually, quietly, internally. You will start to feel who is meant for you and who is not. You will notice shifts in your intuition, dreams, emotions, and energy. You will feel who is aligned with your future and who belongs in your past. Heaven says you are being lifted into a new dimension of clarity where deception cannot survive. God also says that your heart is too precious to be played with, too sacred to be manipulated, too pure to be used. Someone tried to emotionally take advantage of your softness, but God is closing that door forever. You do not need to entertain anyone who cannot love you with honesty. You are stepping into a chapter where your soul will only be surrounded by people who value you genuinely. These next 30 minutes, spiritually, represent a threshold. A line between what was and what will be. Once this time passes, something that was meant to reach you will fail. Something that was meant to distract you will collapse. Something that was meant to confuse you will dissolve. God is intervening in real time. You are receiving divine intelligence straight from heaven. Most people live their whole lives blind to hidden intentions, but you are being shown the truth because your calling is higher than you realize. God says your tears tonight will not be tears of fear, they will be tears of healing. Tears of release. Tears of relief. You are safe. You are supported. You are seen. Nothing will go wrong with you. Nothing will harm you. Nothing will break you. You just have to trust God and pray to Him with the same heart you've always had, gentle, honest, open. Archangel Michael speaks again, saying your name is written in light. He says you are surrounded by angels who have been blocking unseen forces on your behalf. He says your spirit is stronger than every attack that was sent your way. He says you were meant to hear this today, so you stop doubting yourself, stop questioning your intuition, and stop blaming yourself for things you did not cause. Your life is protected. Your destiny is intact. Your blessings are safe. Your energy is guarded. The shocking deal they made behind your back will not succeed. Heaven has already dismantled it. You are walking into a future where your peace is multiplied, your blessings are restored, and your heart is lifted higher than ever before. God says breathe. Feel His presence around you. You are not alone. You are not abandoned. You are not unprotected. You are His child, and no weapon formed against you will ever prosper. Trust God. Pray to Him. He is holding you. You are safe. Always.